Assalamualaikum dear viewers, again Shoaib Muddaw is here with a new experiment of the electrical machines lab. Today we are going to perform the experiment of the three-phase squirrel cage induction motor. In this experiment we have to know the operation of the induction motor. We have to know first of all what is the induction motor. The induction motor is work on the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. If it is a three-phase, obviously it needs the three-phase supply, and according to the construction point of view, it has the two parts, the stator and the rotor. The stator is comprised of the number of the coils to produce the rotating magnetic field in it, and these stator coils has been energized from the three-phase supply, and rotating magnetic field has been established. And there are the two types of the rotors, the squirrel cage rotor and the wound rotor induction motor. And today's experiment is totally related to that squirrel cage rotor. So according to the construction point of view, squirrel cage rotor has the aluminium bars or the copper bars strips, and these strips are going to be short circuited at the end of the rings of that. You are permanently short circuited at the end of the rings of that rotor. But the main disadvantage of this rotor is that it has low starting torque. Okay, and it is the self-starting induction motor squirrel cage, but it has the low starting torque. And other disadvantage is that we can not increase its torque because no any external resistance is to be connected with this squirrel cage induction motor. But we can increase the amount of the torque in the case of the wound rotor induction motor. Okay. So now we need to know the operation of the three-phase induction motor. The stator of the three-phase induction motor is energized from this three-phase supply, and rotating magnetic field has been established. And what happened? The currents are being induced in the stator conductors, okay, and rotating magnetic field has been established. Number second is that when the rotating field is established in the stator side, the induced currents are produced in the rotor of the induction motor, and that rotor induced currents will produce the mechanical forces. Obviously here the bundles of the numbers of the conductors we are using, obviously the sum of all the mechanical forces are exerted by these rotor conductors. And what happens, a current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field produces a amount of the torque which tends to rotate the rotor of the induction motor. So this was the operation of the induction motor. It works on the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and even the Lenz's law. Faraday's law means whenever a flux is linking with the coil is changes, and EMF is induced in the coil. And what about the Lenz's law? The direction of the induced EMF is opposite that cause which is given to produce it. So this was the theoretical concept. Now we have to implement the connections on this trainer to observe the operation of the three-phase squirrel cage induction motor. We need the induction motor, and we need the 2 watt meters. Obviously you know that the 2 watt meter method is most commonly used in our three-phase power measurement, because the averagely we are getting the two powers, and that will be the algebraic sum of that average algebraic sum of that powers. Okay, we will measure the three-phase power from this experiment, and also we need the simple load which is to be connected with the squirrel cage induction motor. Okay, now we have to, first of all we need the three-phase supply to, so this is the wattmeter. Connect the two phases of the three-phase supply with the wattmeter to measure the amount of the current, power factor and the voltage. This point is connected with the neutral, and you know that the power factor, your wattmeter comprises of the two coils, the current coil and the potential coil. Okay. The current coil has the lesser number of the turns, okay, and it carries the whole amount of the current from the supply. And the second phase we are connecting with another second wattmeter. So this is connected with this neutral, so commonly we connect this, and this path will be closed. Okay, and second is this connected with this V phase. Now Directly we are connecting the third phase of the induction motor squirrel cage with this. Now the motor is start connected. Obviously at the last we need to short these points. If you can see, we are going to short these points. So the motor is now star connected. The two phases from the three-phase supply we have connected with the wattmeter. From wattmeter we can observe the power factor, voltage, current, and even the power which is to be absorbed by the induction motor from the three-phase supply. Now we have to connect this load. This is a simple load which is connected with the induction motor. So this load is connected, and how you can find out the current? Ammeter is connected in series with the load. Okay, so this will give us the load current. You need to measure the load voltage over here. So this will give us the reading of the load voltage here. Okay, so this is the wattmeter. This will give us the two powers, the P1 and the P2, and here the two wattmeter method is proved that we are going to be calculate the three-phase power with the help of this two wattmeter method. And what is the operation? We need to give the three-phase supply to the stator of this induction motor, and three-phase revolving magnetic field has been established, and the rotor will rotate in the direction of the magnetic field because the rotor currents are being induced due to the stator revolving magnetic field. Give the three-phase supply to the induction motor. Observe the results. Okay, now as you can see, the power from the both wattmeters we are getting the 51 watt. Okay, the power factor, this is the ampere, 0.58 ampere, 0.58 ampere. Okay, this is the voltage, 134 voltage. Okay, RMS. Power factor of the induction motor is the 0.64 or 65. Okay, so these results we are getting from the 2 wattmeter, and if you calculate the two powers, then almost 51 and the 51. Okay, can sum, and the total power will be calculated by the 2 wattmeters. And this one is the load voltage, 27 volt, and this is the load current which we are observing from this experiment. So this was the experiment of the working and the operation of the three-phase squirrel cage induction motor, that how induction motor works and what are the basic requirements to give that requires to run the induction motor. For the induction motor working, we need the three-phase supply to given to the stator. The stator revolving magnetic field has been established, and the currents are being induced in the rotor side, because it is also the secondary rotating transformer. Induction motor, so your squirrel cage is also can be called as a rotating transformer. Why? Because its secondary is rotor winding is rotating one, and currents are same induced on the basis of that mutual induction. Whenever a flux is linking with the coil, it changes, and EMF is induced in the coil. We are given the supply to that stator side, and we are getting induced EMF or induced current in the secondary coil, which is the rotating. So this was the operation of the three-phase squirrel cage induction motor. I hope that you have understood the today's experiment. At the last, please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Shoaib Ahmed Dayo for more interesting videos related to this electrical machines lab. That give me the more motivation to make these videos related to this content. Thank you very much.